Assalamu alaikum. So we're going to talk about certain actions that invalidate the prayer. Number one, to break my wudu, because one of the conditions of salat is the state of purity. So if a person urinates, defecates, passes wind, this invalidates the wudu, then the prayer is invalid. Number two, to be in touch with the impure substance. So if it comes in contact with the worshipper and he's aware of it, this invalidates the prayer unless he removes it. For example, while praying, I remember about impurity on my headgear, so immediately take that off and continue to pray. The prayer is valid. But if this impurity is somewhere else on your clothes, so you have to break your prayer and remove it and purify yourself and establish prayer. Number three, to expose or to uncover the aura deliberately. If a woman while praying takes off a scarf, fixes the hair, puts a scarf again and continues to pray, you've exposed your aura deliberately. Number four, to give your back to the Qibla deliberately, movement and turning away from the Qibla. Number five, to speak deliberately. So while in prayer, someone says to you, where do you put my wallet? And you say it's on the table. This breaks your prayer because Allah ordered us in the Quran by saying, and stand before Allah devoutly obedient. And this ayah was revealed at the time when the companions used to communicate during prayer, and while in prayer, the one would ask the one next to him, what happened yesterday, what you had for lunch. When the ayah was revealed, the companions were ordered to be silent and not to speak while in prayer. Number six, to laugh out loudly during prayers. The consensus of scholars is that laughing invalidates the prayer. Number seven, among the things that invalidates the prayer, whether a man or woman, is for a woman to pass in front of a worshipper, or a dog or a black dog will walk between the prostration spot and the standing position of an individual. The Prophet ﷺ said that when one of you stands to pray, he will be screened as if something is in front of him. This is like a back of a saddle. If he does not have something in front of him, that is like the back of a saddle, which means that there is a height to it, then his prayer will be interrupted. If a donkey, a woman, or a black dog passes in front of him, and this hadith was narrated by Imam Muslim, this is a hadith of the Prophet ﷺ. This is part worshipping Allah without asking for justification or legitimate reason. We comply without arguing, and it invalidates a man or woman's prayer. Number eight, to abandon one of the pillars, to omit an essential part, condition, or obligatory part of the prayer deliberately without an excuse. Number nine, to eat or drink deliberately. In Mumthir reported the consensus of scholars that whoever eats or drinks during his Fard prayer deliberately and intentionally, his prayer is invalid and he is repeated all over again. Number 10, deliberately adding a pillar or putting a pillar in the position of another pillar, so adding a fifth rakat to dhikr deliberately or prostrating before going into ruku. Number 11, cancelling the intention, and this has to be a firm intention of leaving the prayer, not an intrusive thought that came into your head. We're talking about sincere, firm intention to leave the prayer and to break the prayer. This invalidates the prayer. In regards to laughing, that breaks the prayer. Laughing, as the scholars, they're divided into categories or levels. Level 1 is just a smile and someone is praying, and this does not invalidate the prayer. Laughing out loud breaks the prayer, no doubt, especially that type of laughing where you have those loud voices. This shows you're playing around with the salat. There's laughing in between. It's not audible and it's not smiling. The majority of scholars say that this invalidates the prayer if one or two letters have been uttered, say ha. So these types of sound, even if you don't make a sound, you start shaking your shoulders. So I'll leave you here for Manila. Wa sallallahu wa baraka ala nabina Muhammad. Astaghfirullah. In my previous video, I did not end like this. It just ended. But yeah, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.